years ago, my parents moved to a new house while I was away at school. And when I got back home, I found this nasty old lawnmower sitting in some bushes. The motor was completely seized and it did not move at all, but it was really cool looking and just old. I liked old stuff. So I stripped off the motor and all the other things, and we'd hook it up to my truck, and I'd pull my younger siblings and cousins and their friends, and all the kids would come and pull them around in the yard, and they'd steer this cart. I'd pull it behind my truck. Called it the Red Cart of Fun.
Okay, let's Vic do a said this is driver. Bumpy.
I had no money, and I had no skills. And I probably still have no skills, and I barely have any money, but I do have the time and desire to try and turn this thing into a go-kart. So because I'm going to do chain drive for this go-kart, and I want there to be slots on the motor mount, so I can move the motor to tighten up the chain. Figured it'd be a lot easier just to move the motor around to tighten it up rather than build some complicated chain tensioning system. So, I was sitting here in front of this mill that I had to convince my wife to let me buy, and cost a bunch of money and time and effort to get in here. It was quite an investment, I guess, just of everything to get it in here. And this is an extremely cheap one. So I need to cut some slots. I've got this mill. What do you think I use to make these slots? An angle grinder. That's right. Observe my chain tension adjuster. Originally planned to have the chain go on the right side where the lawnmower had already had the chain going down. It seemed pretty easy, and there's chain guards and a bunch of plastic parts. It would have made it really easy to get it to fit down in there and not rub or have any problems like that. But luckily, before I really started welding or going nuts or anything, I realized if I put it on that side, the direction that I wanted it to go, it would be going in reverse. So that was not going to work. I had to flip it to the left side. But it ended up being okay, and I like it. Wanted to put it over there, but that's what I got. Grinder. Alright, got the live axle from the lawnmower going up there. Looks pretty good. Probably not perfect. Seems like it's gonna really rub right in there, but it's just how that thing came. So I got the motor all figured out, got it mounted up on the left side, so pressing the gas actually makes you go forward, not backwards. Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Change went in. I made a little janky chain tensioning bolt to just help me move the motor, because once all the bolts were in, it was kind of hard to slide around by hand. It was just easier to crank the bolt, so I just threw that on 20 seconds to help me with that, and then I had to figure out what I was going to do for a gas pedal. There's no gas pedal yet on this go-kart. Yeah. I ordered like a cheapo throttle cable kit from Amazon. I was like, I don't know, it was pretty cheap. And I cut a hole in the front of the go-kart, an area for the pedal to go, and then I it had just some 3/8 steel rod that I bent to kind of look like vaguely like a gas pedal, a pedal type shape, you know. I got that all bent right so that it would fit in the tiny little slot that I made with a grinder. After I did all that, I turned just a little plug from some, I don't know, 12L14 maybe steel in my lathe. Put that in the frame, welded that in, and then that was my pivot for the gas pedal. It's a janky setup, but it works pretty well actually, and it cost me, I don't know, it probably cost $1 to make. So I got the gas pedal all figured out. I figured out a way to attach the throttle cable to the gas pedal in a jank way, but it works. I was eager to test out my beautiful creation. So here it is, Red Kart of Fun version 0.1. Yeah, I've made a ton of progress since this point. I've got suspension on it and all sorts of other stuff set up. I'll make some more videos and show you how I did all that stuff, but this is version 0.1.
All right. You're gonna sit.
It does move. Now you may be able to see that I'm sitting on a dirt bike seat that I've ratchet strapped to a little metal bracket on this Red Kart of Fun. That was extremely uncomfortable and slid right off. It did not work very well at all. It was horrible. So I tried this. That was very tip happy. So I tried this, and this was Red Kart of Fun version 1.0. So that's version 1.0 of the Red Kart of Fun. I mostly just wanted to try and see if I could get it moving. At this point in time though, I've already finished version 2.0. I did front suspension, got some new wheels. The wheels on version 1.0 are solid rubber wheels. It is a spine destroyer. It shredded my back. So I put some front suspension on it. That helped a ton with version 2.0. I'll make a video about that. And currently I'm starting to work on version 3, which will have rear suspension, and it's going to kind of actually be like a real go-kart coming up here pretty soon. I might even put brakes on it so we can stop. See you next time.